It started on a Thursday. I remember because I always work from home on Thursdays. That day, the house was quiet, just me and my cat, Jasper. It was raining outside, one of those slow, steady drizzles that makes everything feel distant and damp. I was making coffee, just going through the motions of my morning routine. Pouring, stirring, yawning. Then I picked up my phone. There was a notification I didn't recognize. It said, "Photo captured," with a timestamp of 3:12 a.m. I frowned. I don't have security apps, I don't use motion detection, and I definitely didn't take any pictures while I was sleeping. When I opened my gallery, the most recent photo sent a chill through me. It was a shot of my bedroom, taken from the foot of the bed. There I was, curled under the blanket, clearly asleep. But that wasn't the disturbing part. There was something else in the picture. Just behind me in the doorway, a shape, tall, human-like, but off. Its arms were long, reaching nearly to its knees. Its head hung slightly forward, tilted unnaturally to one side. The body looked almost copied, like someone had tried to create a person from memory but didn't get all the details right. Its face was turned toward the phone, and it was smiling. At first, I thought it had to be a prank. Maybe a glitch. Maybe someone snuck into my house. I checked the locks. Front door, back door, windows. Everything was secure. Still, I was shaken enough that I stayed up the next night, just to be safe. I turned my phone off, placed it face down on my desk. At 3:14 a.m., I heard it. Click. The unmistakable sound of the camera shutter. My heart dropped. I rushed to the desk. The phone was powered on, unlocked. The camera app was open. There was a new photo. This one taken from right beside my bed. The angle was too low to be from a tripod, too close to be accidental. It was as if someone had knelt right beside me, leaned over, and taken a picture of my face. In the picture, my eyes were slightly open, and I was staring directly into the lens. But I didn't remember waking up, and I don't sleep with my eyes open. The next morning, I bought a full set of locks, deadbolts, window bars, even a motion-activated camera for the hallway. I started keeping the phone in a drawer when I went to bed, wrapped in a towel with the battery at 5%. It didn't help. The photos kept coming. Each night around 3:12 to 3:15 a.m., a new one appeared. Sometimes blurry, sometimes crystal clear. Always of me, always asleep, or worse, almost awake. And in some of them, there were two of me, one in bed and one standing near the wall, watching. I called my friend Theo. He's good with tech, freelance cybersecurity consultant. He came over, took a look at my phone, ran some diagnostics. "There's no remote access," he said. "No spyware, no malware, no Bluetooth pairing, your phone is fine." But then he opened the metadata of one of the photos and froze. "What is it?" I asked. He pointed to the camera source. "This says the image was taken by an external device, a remote camera." I frowned. "Like what? A webcam?" He shook his head slowly. "No, it says the image originated inside the device, but not from your hardware." "What does that mean?" He didn't answer. He just deleted the photo and said, "You should get rid of this phone." I switched to a flip phone. No camera, no internet, just calls and texts. That night, I slept for the first time in days. But the morning after, there was a printed photo under my pillow. Glossy, fresh, a photo of me, asleep. But in this one, my face was distorted, stretched sideways like static on an old VHS. My smile was pulled all the way to my ears, and my eyes were wrong. Too black, too round, like they weren't mine anymore. I went to Theo's apartment. I didn't want to be alone. He was pale, shaking. "I've been getting them too," he said. Then he showed me his gallery. The photos were of him, but taken from impossible angles, from inside closets, behind mirrors, above ceiling tiles. One photo showed him brushing his teeth, and behind him in the mirror, a second version of himself. Mouth open, eyes hollow, both smiling. We compared timestamps. Every photo across both our phones had been taken between 3:12 and 3:15 a.m., and in every instance, we were asleep. Or thought we were. One image had a glitch, a kind of flickering ghost trail, like the subject had moved too fast for the lens to capture. Only, I wasn't moving in that photo. The blur was from the thing behind me, something that looked like me but wasn't. Its hands were on my shoulders. It was crawling over the bed. Theo set up a dozen cameras, one in every corner, wired, not wireless. He even installed a physical shutter over his laptop cam. That night, we both stayed in the living room. Lights on, phones off, nothing happened. Until 3:13 a.m. The living room lights flickered, just for a second. When they came back on, my flip phone buzzed. I didn't even know it could take pictures, but somehow it had. There was one new image in the storage. It was pitch black at first glance, but when I adjusted the brightness, it showed Theo and me, sound asleep, in our beds, at home. I left that night, drove out of the city, no destination, just away. I didn't bring any electronics, no phone, no laptop. I stayed in a motel in the middle of nowhere. Paid cash, no ID, no cameras in the room. For once, I thought I was safe. Until 3:14 a.m., someone knocked on the door. 3 times. I didn't answer. I just sat there staring at the doorknob, praying it wouldn't turn. After a minute, silence. When I woke up at dawn, there was no sign anyone had been there. But slipped under the door was a photograph. A black and white image of my motel room, taken from inside, and in the bed was me. Only the version of me in the photo was smiling, arms crossed over its chest, and next to it, lying under the covers, was a second shape, identical. Except this one was awake. I haven't gone home since. I move every few days, sleep in different places, no electronics, no screens, but it doesn't matter. I still find the photos, taped to gas pumps, folded into library books, stuffed into vending machines, all of them of me. And something else. Sometimes it's behind me, sometimes beside me. Sometimes it's the one in front, and I'm in the background screaming silently. I think, whatever this is, it doesn't need the phone anymore. I think it was never about the phone. The camera was just the door. Now it knows what I look like, how I move, how I sound. It's been watching, practicing, and now it's getting better. Last night, I found a photograph nailed to a tree outside the cabin I was staying in. It showed me standing at the front door, holding a phone, smiling wide, eyes too dark, posture too stiff, and written on the back, in thick black ink, "This version is better."